Hello Gypsters, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. Today we're doing an update. I don't know which one it is because I haven't been back in my videos to check, but it's on the 29 Ford Model A Roadster from Revell. I've got paint on the body and the rest of the bits that needed that type of paint on, and I've chromed with AK Chrome lacquer paint, all the chromey bits, and there's a bit of black on there as well. Chromey bits threw up a couple of mould lines on the springs which I thought I'd done, and obviously I hadn't, so I had to rub all that down and start again. Sprayed up the chassis, needs another really decent coat. The problem is I'm left with only 3/4 of a bottle left of splash. It's getting dicey now. I've come across a couple of problems. Old Tom knows about it because I sent him a couple of questionnaires last night. It turns out there's a couple of sink marks in just in the rear quarter panel. Is that what you call it? Something like that. You'll see it in a minute anyway. And it only came up with my metallic paint on it. And I've also got a nice, I think that's where there was a mould line in the body, and for the life, I mean, I've sanded it down, removed it. It's had an AK white lacquer primer on, which I'll show again under the camera a bit better. Micro filler as well, that went on it. Sanded it down gently, not to remove anything, just sanded it down. I'm trying to do an old Tom job. Then put another coat on, and I've put this the sparkly stuff on top, and that's the original mould line, and it's really shown up. It's all newbie stuff, you know. I don't know my arse from my elbow. Sorry YouTube, my bum from my elbow. And old Tom's given me guidance on stuff as well. So, but yeah, that's I'm not sure how the hell the line across the top bodies happened. Anyway, well, I just wanted to show you. I'm not showing you all the rest of the parts because they're not properly painted yet. On the chassis, I've even managed to not coat very well, and that's got to go over again. But I've really got to eke this paint out because you can't get splash in the UK. The UK dealer, which was Premium Hobbies, although they keep advertising it, when you put it up, Premium Hobbies comes up, but they don't have it. So there is no UK importer as far as I'm aware, and to get it in from the States, since the American Postal Service or whoever in the States changed we had an agreement or something, and they removed themselves from it, and that's why all our postage between the States and the UK. I want to send my marra stuff, and I just can't physically, I can't afford it, and I've got marras that actually get me stuff from the UK because they can't afford to send it if they got it from there, you know what I mean? I'm getting into my NASCARs, and yeah, who'd have believed that as well? And I can get some older NASCARs on eBay for around the 23 quid mark. I mean, that's not too bad, is it? But the new ones, those is it Salvino ones, the next generation, I'm not sure what they call them, but the later ones, you can't get them. And if you import them from the, you know, they've got sensible prices on eBay from the States until you look at the postage. You know, you're paying, I know you've got to convert pounds into dollars, but you're paying, I don't know, is it 70 quid or something for a model, which there's no way I can do that. So it looks like me building old NASCARs, monogram ones. Oh, well, yeah. Anyway, I'm digressing, aren't I? I'm just saying you can't get splash paints. I'd also just like to say how thoroughly impressed I am with splash paints. I am not, see, I'm not being paid to say it. I bought these. I know nobody at Splash. This is the Sunset Beam I've used. So I've only used the one, and I've got two others which I'll show you. I think I've shown you before, but I'll show you again. I've got a little agitator in the bottle, plastic bottle. So you know, some people put them in glass bottles with an agitator, and oh look, my bottle's smashed all over the place. For a newbie like me, yes, I've been doing obviously bits of airbrushing, but you know what it's like for automotive, even aircraft. It's got to be spot on. If it's not absolutely done right, you're not going to get the results you want. And I could put this straight in my airbrush, no messing around, no mixing, and it did go through my airbrush on a 2.2mm nozzle, something like 2 needle, and it's absolutely fantastic. All these things on here, I'm not blaming Splash Paint, I'm blaming me. I mean, I'm a new guy to this, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But I really am impressed with these. They really are foolproof, and I'm a fool, believe me. Well, you know that already. You wouldn't be here otherwise. All I need is a jingly jangly hat on. Brilliant stuff, absolutely brilliant. Splash, if you ever stumble across this video, maybe in your lunch breaks, you've nothing else to do, you've got the British guy, Ukrainian flag flying behind him, talking nonsense, rambling along, figures, I know you're not into figures, but all the stuff that I do, please Splash, will you get a UK importer and get it soon, because I would like to use your products, but I can't get hold of them. So anyway, anyone that knows Splash, please let us show, push that up the line to them, will you? Right, should we go down to the bench and take a look? Right guys, this is my lonely little 29 Roadster hot rod body, but before we do, this is the sunset beam. Obviously it's going to be darker through there, and obviously we've got all the metallic at the bottom. I just was shaking it by hand. I would presume, you could shake it better obviously with one of them little hula girl shake. I wonder if that would actually work. Get one of them little hula girls that you put on your dashboard. Maybe that would work. It'd look fun too. Anyway, this is sunset beam, and that's what it looks like on a white background, as in sprayed on white primer. I thought it was really great. It didn't burn. I did put a couple of dust coats, over it, fine coats, whatever you want to call them. But it didn't melt etch into my plastic. It didn't do anything. And for a newbie, you just want something to work first time, because you can get off-putting airbrushing so quickly, especially if you gav. And this really has worked for me. I've just one bottle, I know, but I'm so impressed. The other two I've got, I didn't have a load of dough at the time, and I think Premium Hobbies were just selling off what they got. And I got this one for my 32 Roadster. Is it 32? The other Revell kit, the newer ones. And that is, what is that one called, Gav? Mamba Green. Nice one. So that's going to be for my Roadster when I get round to doing it. Hopefully I'll get the same results. Well, hopefully I'll be able to do it better than that. But and this one I thought for my Studebaker truck that I've got, pickup truck in the UK. My American Marras tend to call them trucks. We tend to call them pickups over here. Chicane yellow. And I do believe that may be a sparkly one as well. I can't remember. Does it say? No. But when it says airbrush ready paint, it really is. Very impressive so far. Right, it went down on this AK primer, by the way, I use for most stuff. Grey, in fact, I'm totally out of grey, I've got to reorder some. But grey, I always use a grey white, and the black is a gloss black primer, and it's great for doing their, you can put metallics over it if you're going to do black. But I could do with a normal primer as well, because it's too glossy for doing figures and stuff. I prefer a matte black for if I'm doing black figures as a primer. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you. Now, I haven't even got any gloves, so I'm really thinking this out, aren't I? Oh well, I've got to do a load of rubbing down. So this is our Roadster. Can you see the sparkly? Can you also see the nice sink mark? See, Gav, in his newbiness, thought he could just carry on gently spraying over the top, and as you can see, not a chance, and it would just disappear. It doesn't, and the metallic flakes in it all collect around the outside by the look of it and make it go ooh. So old Thomas suggested some white, which I take it he meant some white filler. I take it he meant Tamiya. I haven't got any Tamiya. I've got the Tamiya grey alcohol stuff. No, I haven't. You can't get it over here for that reason. I've got MIG stuff, and I've got Vallejo plastic, but as I said to Tom, I'm terrified now of you know, I'm not great at filling, and now I'm going to be trying to fill a metallic car, and I'm going to just, I've either got to put up with a lump sticking out, or this black hole sucking all the metallic flakes in. So I've got that one on that side, and obviously I've got a corresponding one on the other side. I even thought in my stupidity that when I put the door cards in, as I call them, so that, you know, the door bits here, that somehow that it would block out. I don't know what I was thinking, but it wasn't going to do that. As you can see, that one's just as bad. So that's those two. So what I have thought of doing on those is using, I know a lot of people feel like small dings in and cracks in with Mr. Surfacer 500. I'm hoping that's still okay. I've had it a while. So I thought, well, it's going to break my heart to have to sand this, but then again, shouldn't I have had to get, I've got to give it a light sanding anyway, because there's a couple of usual bits of hair in and stuff, so I've got to give it a light sand over anyway. So I'm going to do that before I start figure painting. I'm going to put some of that on, let it thoroughly dry, and I thought if I did a couple of, you know, sand it and then do another coat, sand it, and maybe that would be enough just to fill those in. Any thoughts on that? I think it might work. I really don't want to put like any thicker, you know, epoxy type putty on, because fair enough, when it was all you know, bare plastic, I might have been able to, you know, it's all learning, I know, but I just the main, I'm reticent as well. See, I've got to get into there a bit better here. This is, as I say, let's just go back to the paint bottle. That's all. Let me see. Well, come on. There we go. Yeah, that's all I've got left. So it's got to cover the body. It's got to cover the chassis, and you know, just general. I've got some other bits. Oh, the seat tops I want to, and bottoms have got to be painted in it as well, because I'm doing them black and this. Well, that was the idea. I need to get the body sorted first. If I really have to, I can always change the seats into something else, so the seats will be the last couple of bits. In fact, have I got them round here? Hang on a second, let me roll back on the casters. I'm just starting last night till my eyes started playing up. This is going to be the body colour, and leaving this black. I'm just starting to tape up the black now. So I'd like to do it that, but if I'm really that strapped for oh, let's just get the blooming chassis out while we're at it, show you what a bad job I did on it. So yeah, as you can see, white. Some of it isn't as bad, it's just sparkly. It's a weird colour, this. A nice colour, but weird. But there is bits that I've really made you know, I've only just skimmed it with a, I know it's supposed to be dust coats, but blooming heck. So yeah, so I've got to give that another good going over. I believe that is the technical term in the body, car body world. I believe Shamey uses that all the time. So anyway, wish me luck. If you've got any suggestions, well, it's going to be too late because I'm going to do this and then probably fill them in anyway. So I'm going to give that a go. So I've got a couple of little, you know, little fluff bits to polish out, as they call it. I'll take it when people say polish out, they mean I'm going to be wet sanding it, and that's a crying shame. But I don't have the paint to strip all that back and start again, and so I'm just going to probably have to leave that as just a newbie, you know, things to learn. But you can see that, I mean, that's ridiculous. I've got to get rid of that. So thanks for stopping by and taking a look. Also, I wasn't massively even with it, but I was trying, but you can see there's slight bits like that needs better painting. It's all new stuff, you know, you've just got to learn, haven't you? But overall, as I say, the paint, none of that was a paint's fault. I thought that this stuff's blooming fantastic for a guy that doesn't know what he's doing, like, you know, or little chance of knowing what you're doing. But I wanted to throw the video up mainly, most of you would have done this kit, I know, especially in the States, but if there's any of you that are going to thinking of picking this up, you may not see these, and it just gives you an idea of where to look for it, and maybe try and obviously sort that out before you put the metallic on. If you've got a load of metallic, it doesn't matter. So look after yourselves. Thanks for stopping by and taking a look, and we'll catch each other soon on another video.